going on, everybody? This is Island Hopper TV coming to you from Cebu, Philippines. We're going to show you all around. Let's do it. If you're coming to Cebu for the first time and you don't want to miss anything, this video is for you. First up, we're going to do some island hopping and head out to Bantayan Island here in the northern part of Cebu. This is where you're going to find these beautiful white sand beaches, and it is about an hour ferry ride from Cebu mainland. Here we are on the southwest side of the island. This here is Moalboal, famous for sardine runs, also nearby Kawasan Falls, which we'll be showing you in a little bit. And along with water sport activities that you can do here, like diving and island hopping, they also have great views looking across the water to Negros Island and plenty of animals underneath the water. Moalboal is pretty much a must-see when coming to Cebu. And the village is very relaxed and friendly locals, so you'll feel right at home here. Now we're going to do some canyoneering. So there's a couple different canyoneering trips that you can do in Cebu. This one in particular leads over to Kawasan Falls, which is one of the most famous waterfalls in all of Philippines. It was closed for a little bit, but it's back open. Although access to the waterfalls is limited to level 1, so you may want to plan ahead of time with the tour company just to get out here. But you can see that blue is an amazing color. Now we're going to head down towards the southwest side of the island. This here is Sumilon Island. Located just south of Oslob, you can easily get out here by boat. Takes around 15 to 20 minutes. They do have a sandbar, beautiful water, and it's a nice place to do some snorkeling and relaxing. They also have a resort out here, just one for those of you who are looking to stay the night over here. But if you do decide to island hop over here, I would recommend doing it either right before you do the whale shark excursion or just after, so you can do both in the same day. Another activity that you can do is chase waterfalls. There are several on this side of the island as well. And now here we are at Tumalog Falls. If you look way up there, you can see the cascading waterfalls. It's beautiful here. Look at this blue lagoon too. For me, this is one of the most beautiful waterfalls that I saw on all of Cebu. It's so impressive because it's so high, it cascades down. Now, I will say this, the water is freezing cold here. But for those of you looking for nature's original cold plunge, this is going to be perfect for you because you're going to feel so alive and vibrant afterwards. It's just a matter of whether or not you can actually handle the cold water. You actually get dropped off on the main road and then they drive you up here on the back of a motorbike for about 5 minutes. So it's quite an adventure in that regard. But it's not much of a hike from where they drop you off on the motorbike. By the way, if you plan to come to Philippines, we did make a full travel guide of the Philippines, but recently we did a full Bohol travel guide. So if you guys want to watch that, I'll put the link below in the comments and in the description. Definitely don't want to miss that one because Bohol and Cebu are side by side, easy to do both on the same trip. All right, so from Tumalog Waterfall, we're actually going to show you the main attraction here in Oslob. This is the Oslob whale sharks. And now the price to do the whale shark excursion is 1,000 pesos for tourists, 500 pesos for a local. In case you're wondering, 1,000 pesos is around $20. This is the original whale shark excursion in the Philippines, although now in Bohol at Taog, they also have whale shark swimming. But you can see these gentle giants are just so amazing to be in the water next to them. Just make sure not to get too close to the whale sharks. Now here we are at Dao Waterfall. This is another beautiful waterfall that you can waterfall chase on the island of Cebu. So hopefully you love waterfalls. Now here we are at the Temple of Leah. This here is up in the mountains above Cebu City. So we're actually just gonna do some Cebu City activities for those of you who want to explore this city, which is the third largest city in all of the Philippines. It is a tribute and a monument of love of Teodorico Adarna for his late wife, Leah, who passed away at the age of 54. And he built this beautiful Temple of Leah inspired by Greek architecture. We're up here at the top of Cebu. You can do Temple of Leah and the top of Cebu in the same route because they're very close to each other. You get great views from the top of Cebu up here. It is 100 pesos per person, which comes out to around $2 US. So we've arrived here at Sirao Garden. It's up in the mountains above Cebu City. And if you look right behind me, you can see the Little Amsterdam. Sirao Garden is about a 30-minute drive away from the top of Cebu, so you can do this one as well. It's absolutely beautiful up here in the highlands of Cebu. A beautiful place to take pictures. They have plenty of different props and stuff. So if you're someone who loves beautiful gardens, colorful flowers, and great views, up above the clouds, you're gonna get that right here at Sirao. We're gonna island hop again. This time we're going towards Camotes Islands in between Leyte and Cebu. It is about an hour and a half to 2 hour ferry ride. You go from Danao Port all the way out here to Camotes, Consuelo Port. This place is very underrated. Most of you have probably never heard of Camotes Island, but it is up and coming and definitely a place to consider while visiting Cebu. While here, they have island hopping to other islands nearby. They also have caves that you can go deep into, the cenotes, and great sunsets. I stayed in San Francisco and loved it. We're coming to you from Malapascua Island here in the Philippines. Now, Malapascua Island is known for its diving. You can actually swim with sharks out there in between Leyte and Malapascua. It is on the far north point of Cebu. I was here during the typhoon, so I didn't get to experience it like I really wanted to, but they have white sand beaches, plenty of diving, lots of coral reefs, and definitely a place you don't want to overlook when coming to Cebu. And you can easily get out to Kalanggaman Sand Bar. This is probably one of the most scenic places to go in all of Philippines in terms of sandbars. And this is in between Camotes Island, really, and Malapascua, but most people get here from Malapascua. This is an island hop tour. Obviously, in the months from January until May are going to be the best conditions for visiting the sandbar. Headed back down to Cebu City, this here is the Yap San Diego Cultural House built by the Chinese. It's an interesting little piece of history, so I would say check out this old ancestral house.
Okay, today you learn about history in the Philippines and the history of the house and the life of the Filipino people that we had it here.
One interesting thing I found while visiting here is that the reason that Filipinos use a spoon instead of a knife to cut their meat is because no one's allowed to have a knife at the table in the Philippines, in case an argument breaks out. Now here we are at the Basilica of the Holy Child. This is a place where there's many festivals held in Cebu. Also, there's a famous festival that takes place every year on the third Sunday of January, and it is a festival and parade that honors the Santo Niño, which is the child of God. Here in Cebuano, it basically means water festival. So if you're visiting in January, you may consider actually attending a Sinulog parade. Now here we are at Fort San Pedro. Originally built in 1565, this here was a military defense structure for Spain. As you may already know, Spain heavily influenced the Philippines. That's why so many people have Spanish names. And Spain was actually the country that colonized Philippines for 300 years. The entrance fee is 30 pesos per person, and I would expect to spend anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour walking around here. Early morning or sunset is best. A really popular place in Cebu City for people to visit is Magellans Cross. As you guys know, Ferdinand Magellan actually was killed here in Cebu by Lapu-Lapu. There is a shrine that we will be showing you a little later on Mactan Island, but this is Magellans Cross and it's located next to the Basilica. Now here we are at the Cebu Ocean Park. This one's for those of you with kids, or if you're a family visiting Cebu, you may want to do this. This is right next to the new SM Seaside area, and they've got a lot of different animals here to check out. Really a cool aquarium, just opened a few years ago, and the price to get in here are 550 pesos per person. The prices do vary though, depending on weekends and holidays. I would anticipate spending about 2 hours walking around here. And you can see they have this giant aquarium where you can sit down and eat and watch the fish. Really cool, right? Now they have the SM Seaside Mall. This is one of the biggest malls in all of the Philippines, and certainly the biggest mall in all of Cebu. Around this area, you will see that SM Seaside is an area that's under development. They've also built some casinos nearby. So you can expect to see a lot more growth taking place in this area. In fact, people are making investments in real estate and condos at SM Seaside. For those of you who are interested, just this whole area is really up and coming. And speaking of those casinos, you may consider staying at the Nustar Resort. It's a mall, casino, and resort. Really a nice place to stay. I stayed here one night. Now here we are at the Simala Monastery. This place is absolutely beautiful. It's in between Oslob and Cebu City, up above in the mountains a bit. Nice little garden area, has a pond, but you can see beautiful architecture here at the Simala Monastery. And another place to go is going to be the Taoist Temple. So you've got Catholic, you've got some mix of Taoism, which is that Chinese, Filipino influence. You've also got the Catholic stuff. So lots of history and religious sites here in Cebu. Yeah, so if you're coming to Cebu City and you guys have questions about tours or anywhere across Cebu, you can contact my driver here.
Yes, I'm Arnold.
And you can ask him any questions. I'll put his Instagram right here so you can message him there. There's not many beaches on Mactan Island that you can go to publicly, but if you go to some of the resorts, you'll find them. This one here is Barigondon Beach. Yeah, so Mactan Island is a place you may consider exploring, especially if you're looking for resorts. I came out here and hung out with some of the locals, and they were fishermen. They were offering me sea urchin. Now, I don't typically eat sea urchin, but if you've ever done sushi, you'll definitely be into the sashimi part of sea urchin. I just don't think that's my cup of tea, but I watched them eat it, and it's very interesting. They pull them right out of the ocean, and they eat them straight out of the shell. As the locals say, it gives you power and energy. Mactan Island isn't known for its beaches, but you can find them, especially at the resorts, so take that into consideration. You can also take a boat from here and do some island hopping. Here we are now at the statue of Lapu-Lapu. Yeah, so right here is actually where Ferdinand Magellan was killed by Lapu-Lapu and his men. They believe that Ferdinand Magellan was killed by a poisonous arrow. And so this is actually where it happened, here in Mactan Island in Cebu, Philippines. I would say this is more of a pit stop for someone who's into history and knows about the history related to Ferdinand Magellan. He was a very important seafarer in the 1500s and considered the first European to make contact in the Philippines. This area that I'm at now is called Plantation Bay. It's actually a resort here on Mactan Island. You can see very beautiful here. It's filtered saltwater. This is definitely a paradise resort. You can hang out here, get beautiful hotel luxury rooms. They've also got access to the ocean with their beach. So if you're looking for a resort on Mactan Island to hang out, maybe 2 days, 3 days, whether it's for a honeymoon or with a family, you may consider staying here. I came out here and just walked around and was like, wow, what a cool place. Other resorts you may consider staying at, the Shangri-La, the Sheraton, they have a few of them out here on Mactan. Now we're actually gonna try the most famous cuisine from Cebu, I would say Lechon. You have Lechon Kawali, which is more of that fried pork belly, but this here Lechon is roasted pork, and it depends on how adventurous you wanna get with this, but you can see the intestines, the liver, the heart, all of that right there, the chitlins, basically. But there's a good look at some chicharron and juicy lechon. Have some hanging rice. Thank you everyone for watching this episode of Island Hopper TV from Cebu. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like and watch more of our other videos such as Bohol Things to Do and Sirigao.